All right, now welcome to SE Custom Design. Um, some time ago, I purchased, make sure you can see me, this horizontal router table from a company called MLCS Woodworking. And I was intrigued, as I was reading their catalog, I was intrigued, what does that even mean? Why, I never heard of a horizontal router table. So in other words, you mount your router horizontally, okay, as opposed to, well, you can't see it, but to the left is the vertical traditional benchtop router table, where you insert it and it is inserted like this, the bit. So that being said, I have never used this to date. I'm going to be checking the camera from time to time because I did a video not too long ago and nothing was captured. Whoops, what a waste of time. And so I've never used it to date. Well, it's time. I thought it's time to see what we can do with this thing. I do have a particular project that I'm interested in, and that is making crown molding, my own custom crown molding. By the way, coincidentally, look up the series where I did crown molding on my porch. I was practicing out there, porch repair, I think I call that series. So at any rate, I'm going to make a new series for this horizontal router table. I'll put the name and the description of it in the video, so and all the information so you can look at this product. All right, so what I want to do is give you my very first feedback. You know it, here at SE Custom Designs, I like to unbox a thing and give a real honest opinion about the product, and I'm going to give you that honest opinion today. I'll try to move through this as quickly as possible so we don't go too long on the video. And by the way, I did run this piece of scrap board through the table yesterday. I had a different bit on there, a multi-bead bit from this set. However, now we have one of 3 bits that we will be creating our crown molding with. So this one here, and this one here, and the one that's mounted. Now notice that these have bearings on them. All right, so that's a little bit of a game changer when you mount them into a router table versus putting it into a hand router, okay? That being said, this bit has no bearing on it and it's just all cutter. So let's talk about this. So I want to talk about some disappointments and some gotchas regarding this table. When I put it together, I had to put blue tape. I don't know if you can see that, but I have blue painter's tape. Let me move you a little closer. I'm going to ask you for your forgiveness for the shaking, but I think it'll be worth it to get you guys a little bit closer. All right. So I think that's better. We have blue tape that I had to insert behind painter's tape, the plexiglass, in order to bring this flush with these rails, okay? It's still not perfect, so naturally I have to be careful when I'm sliding my stock through that I don't hit it. Oh, up here it would hit it, okay? Down here, it's good. Everything was good until I got to here, then I hit this piece. So now I have to put some tape down here or a washer, whatever I decide to do. Then I went further, oh my gosh, and now I'm hitting this. So, and I have to admit, I guess to get the product out to the customer, they cut corners, but it's kind of chintzy. This bracket here that holds on this piece here of the fence, the back fence, right, is rather, I don't know, whimsical. It's cheap. And there wasn't really a lot of adjustment to go this way or that way with this hardware. So that's why, if there was, then I could move this and make it flush with this piece here. So that's one story. The other story is this plexiglass. So I have to work on that. Here's another thing. Now, we all know that when we're routing, pull that out. When we're routing, you don't want to take a lot of material with the first pass. You want to go real slow. And there's reasons for that. Number one, you bog the unit down. Number two, you'll just ruin your piece. You're not meant to take that much material fast. So lower your RPMs in the back, especially, like I said, when you got big pieces. Smaller pieces, crank that router up, baby. But when you got big router pieces, slow it down, okay? It doesn't need that speed. It needs more strength. I have a dedicated router that I bought for this unit here, brand spanking new, so it's the first time it's been used as well. So you look up that series. We're going to make a series for this table. So the first one I just went over how, I assembled it, and this is my experience and what add-ons I got. All right, so that being said, you're going to want to incrementally move the bit up little by little by little. The last pass you make, my experience is, this general experience, is that you want to then take off just a little bit where you're finishing it. Because what can happen, and let's see what we can see here. I'm going to come around so I can view. I had several subscribers that said, can you not use your reverse camera because everything is backwards? So I listen. So along this journey, let's see where we can go from here. Hopefully you can see this. Along the journey, I had some chatter marks, like there's some chatter marks here, okay? There were, oops, I went this way or that way a little bit. I was being drastic, but, so that showed. If I slowed down or stopped, we know what that's going to do. It's going to cause marks in the wood. You can see they're slightly visible here. All right. But for the most part, my finished product, oh my goodness, that is an amazing router bit. I'll try to figure out where I bought this set. It was a long time ago. And posted, but it's just one of those beautiful shaper type. Okay. So, I still got a ways to go, and I'm so glad, by the way, that I decided to practice, do a practice run. I'm going to turn it on just so you get an idea of maybe what it sounds like, and that sort of journey. So I want to give another bit of an inconvenience and a negative is that every time you want to raise this up, you have to loosen the plexus shield. Okay, you gotta untighten these, pull the drawer out, come down here. There's knobs down here. You gotta loosen those. So that's what I'm doing right now. Then I will raise the bit up just a bit here, okay? So y'all can have this, I said a bit, I'm gonna go back down again. So you can have the full experience here with me. That might have been too much, by the way, but we'll see. Just keep in mind the remarks that I made. Okay, so this is quite inconvenient, I'm going to definitely write the company, MLCS Woodworking, and ask them, have you improved this? And if not, I highly recommend you don't make this cumbersome to use. They have upgraded it through time. For example, this was the original crank wheel to raise this up and down. Okay, this little small guy here. Now they got this generous big handle like this, which makes it very easy to move it up, and it moves up very, very incrementally as you turn this. So they do try to improve things. Here's one of those other gotchas. Make sure I got these tight. Is that I forgot to put the drawer back in, and when I turned it on, oh my Lord, you should have saw the dust going. Even though I have this connected to my shop vac, my Craftsman shop vacuum system. I have a better one. I have a Jet, really nice dust collector. But long story short, making the connection down here, I don't know if you can see it in the video, it was just a bit tricky for me to try to find the components. I basically go through Rockler. I have a lot of Rockler things, not necessarily here, but lots of Rockler tools. And I buy their connections. As a matter of fact, I have a whole system I'm going to be hooking up from the sander to that router table, this router table, so that it's all one continuous vacuum system, dust collection system. All right, so yeah, now they want you to put the drawer in, okay? You don't have to get the drawer, by the way. When you put the drawer in, it makes the cavity area smaller. I'm going to see if we're still videoing. Like I said, a little paranoid. Yeah, we are. It shrinks the area, and so that there's more vacuuming going on, more suction. Behind here is this, okay, and that helps to close the back part so that you have an area about like that, okay. And so again, this part is quite chintzy. Just to put this in here, not really sure what they were thinking here. And so yeah, I have to basically come up with my own system in order to figure that out. Now I'm gonna have to continue to tweak this. Tell you another problem I had. This here really got me. So this is an add-on, by the way. There's two add-ons. There's this one and another one where you can make mortise and tenon. It's a complete table dedicated that has the track. And, well, I'll show you. And it has clamps. So essentially, this is going to fit down onto here and then allow you to clamp in your pieces so you can make mortise and tenon. So I decided to get that add-on. I'm really glad that I got these add-ons because here's another problem. See where I had to file this down? My stock, I couldn't believe this, was coming across and it's stopping. Are you kidding me? So it's stopping all around these areas and then to boot the table itself. So I was like, I'll definitely let them know about that as well. Okay, so I filed that and now it passed through. But then I thought to myself, why don't I get another one of these add-ons? This here is an add-on so that you can run stock through at various angles. Isn't that cool? Because I don't have a router table that allows the router to tilt in any way. Okay, I got my bench dog over there and I got this unit here. So my answer was to take this and then clamp it on because this table here is flat. Okay. All right. So, all right, we're gonna run this through because I want you to have a real live experience. I have a feeling I raised this up too much, so we might get some chattering and some this and some that. Put your volume. Get ready to turn your volume down because it's going to be loud. All right, so most certainly you saw me doing some no-nos there, okay? And it made me think about another tip. At any rate, you, you don't stop a piece that's going through a router bit, first of all. Second of all, like I said, I thought I raised this a little too much. So because I did that, we're probably going to see unfavorable actions in here, and you can see it. You can see that the issue, okay? Versus the first time I showed you this, where, well, first of all, I wasn't videoing, so I could completely concentrate. I have to do everything all myself, so unplug. I have to do these types of things alone. So at any rate, at least you got to see, the wrong way to do it as well. So look at the profile on that. Look at how beautiful that is. You just appreciate that. Another benefit, and I'm not covering all the benefits of this because I'm still discovering them too. But you can put your piece flat on this table, and I felt pretty comfortable running it through the bit. Okay, my hands were quite away versus if it were vertical, I'd have to take the piece and run it against this back here. All right, and I don't know, I feel like that's not as safe. Okay, and you're definitely going to want to have feather boards and every jig that you've got in your arsenal, so that all you have to concentrate on is feeding that piece through. Okay, I feel like I can spend more time. If I didn't have these issues, I think I would feel a lot better about this. Just moving the stock through, okay? Just moving it through seamlessly. And I feel like I'm very safe. Nothing's in the way here. So trying to see if there's any more tips I got for you. So yeah, I'm still in a discovery process as to what I think of the unit. So if I were to give it at the moment a 1 to 10, how satisfied am I? I'd give it about a 6.5. Okay, so I do want to let you know that the company, I have to look every time, I don't know why. How hard can this be? MLCS Woodworking. They're very polite there. You call, a person picks up the phone for support. How can we help you? Blah, 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 blah. As a matter of fact, I didn't pay for any special fast shipping for another product I bought. Yes, I bought another product from that company. It's going to be one of these types of deals that's going to go over on my drill press. I have no systems for the drill press. And, there's myriads of companies that have various systems that have, like with track systems and clamps and all those types of things, okay? We're going to try to end the video so that we can get on with, well, I'm on lunch hour and I got to get back to work. Thank you for watching SC Custom Designs. Please give us a thumbs up if you like what you're seeing. Subscribe and pass the word along. I've got 800 plus videos on a variety of subjects. Like I said, I like unboxing new tools. So just watch how we've grown through the years. All right, so take care. I'm going to do my usual goodbye. Shalom uvracha, masalami, totzins, saijin. Thank you. Let's stay safe out there. Take care. Bye. Oh, sorry. I had to at least kick it once, right?